is to blame. Also, find out which brand of powdered fruit drink is best for you and your family. Fashions come and fashions go, but some fashion statements can be with you for life. Tattoos are the obvious example, but ear and body piercings can leave scars that will be with you forever, which is why the decision to have anything pierced should be considered carefully. Generally, if you're 16 years or older, you can give your own informed consent to things like tattoos and ear or body piercing. And there's the health risk when piercings go wrong. A warning, some of these images are pretty grim. Some of the blood-borne infections you could get include hepatitis B and C, which can cause liver damage and liver cancer, HIV, and even nasty skin infections from bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus. Meet Katie. She's of legal age to have a piercing, and she'll ask to get one at the top of her ear. This part of the ear is cartilage and should only be pierced with a needle made of surgical steel, not a piercing gun, as it takes so long to heal. The first stop is at Primal Piercing and Tattoo in Manukau. Our actress fills in a consent form which covers her medical status, what she wants pierced and, importantly, her age.
Okay, thank you.
He checks what size bar she'll need, and our actress hands over $60 cash. Next, he shows her to his treatment area, a chair next to a storage unit. We're using the Ministry of Health's guidelines for safe skin piercing as the criteria for this trial. One of these is that there should be a designated clean area that's free from any nasties that may cause infection. He's put on latex gloves after washing his hands and opens a cupboard with one gloved hand. We're told the cabinet is wiped clean twice daily. Next, he grabs a paper towel on which he puts the piercing bar and a toothpick. But look at this, he grabs his chair with the other gloved hand, contaminating it. And he does it again, getting our actress to stand as he touches her chair, her hair and her sunglasses.
I've got a marker and a clean skin first.
Okay.
This is good to see. He disinfects the area with betadine, an over-the-counter preparation containing iodine. Next, he marks where he's going to pierce her with some tattoo ink and a toothpick. At this stage, our actress changes her mind.
Sorry, I'm such a wuss.
It looks like he's keeping the bar and needle, which we're told will be sterilised before being used again. Even though no piercing happened, we've seen enough to assess his work. They did have a designated clean area, and it was good to see him wear latex gloves, but he needs to brush up on infection control and use a better technique. He touched a couple of unclean surfaces after he put them on. Our money was returned, so we've given Primal Piercing and Tattoo in Manukau 6 out of 10, and they respond.
I believe we give an excellent service and provide correct procedure, though I see some room for improvement. And further, all surfaces are cleaned with ammoniated cleaner twice a day and sanitised through the day. Washing of hands is a mandatory part of the job here.
In some parts of New Zealand, councils have bylaws stating you must be 16 to have a piercing unless you have the consent of a parent or guardian. Auckland is one region where all the city's councils do have bylaws and operators need to be vigilant because later on target this child is only 15 years old, 1 year under the legal age to have a piercing. Surely no one will be willing to break the law and pierce her.
When the internet arrived, some said travel agents would soon disappear. That hasn't happened yet, though. Just look at all their listings in the yellow pages. Yes, it seems many people still prefer the sense of security they get when booking a ticket face-to-face with the real person, especially when travelling overseas. One such traveller was Auckland salesman Dave Barrett. If the name rings a bell, it's because Dave made headlines in June after going to extremes to get to the Football World Cup. And while he got there in the end, as this footage shows, it wound up costing him thousands more than he planned. A budget blowout he blames on his travel agent.
If Flight Centre gave me that original advice, I wouldn't have had any problems.
Last October, Dave booked flights to the Football World Cup through Flight Centre in Glenfield. He bought a round-trip ticket to South Africa via Singapore for almost $3,000. Before paying, though, he claims he specifically asked if South Africa had any visa and entry requirements he should know about.
They stated I had a British passport, so therefore a visa wasn't required.
Dave also checked South Africa's Home Office website, which again simply said British and Kiwi citizens don't need a visa. What Dave was left blissfully unaware of, though, was the fact that anyone arriving in South Africa must have at least one completely blank page in their passport. And after 8 years of extensive travel, that was something his UK passport didn't have. So when he showed up at Auckland Airport on June the 5th, he got a very nasty surprise.
Got to the desk and the person behind the desk said, "Sorry, Mr. Barrett, we've got a problem. You haven't got a full blank page in your passport, which means South African immigration won't let you into the country."
A call to the British High Commission in Wellington found a new passport could take weeks.
What's more, Dave's travel companions were waiting for him in South Africa, and he was the one holding their World Cup tickets.
If I didn't go to South Africa, my brother-in-law, my friends, my brother would be stuck as well.
So Dave decided then and there to fly to the only place he could quickly get a new UK passport, England. At Flight Centre's Auckland Airport office, he cancelled his original tickets, then bought new ones to South Africa via London for just under $5,400 return.
Pretty stressful 48 hours. I only really relaxed when I actually had the new passport in hand in Peterborough in the UK. Got back to Heathrow, got myself a big beer and thought, yep, it's done and dusted. I'm on my way now, which is good.
Dave's 28,000-kilometre mad dash made headlines worldwide after reporters in South Africa heard about it. His World Cup dream then came true when he got to see all 3 of England's group matches. Dave says the trip was well worth the extra effort. However, he believes the extra expense is something he shouldn't have to bear alone.
Ideally, I'd like compensation from Flight Centre for the amount of money I've lost.
After the break, does Flight Centre accept at least some of the blame for Dave's travel disaster, and what you need to know about passports?
And the hygiene horrors continue in our Trial of Piercing studios. Watch what this technician gets up to with her gloved hands.